Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Max Reviews. I'm your host, Braden Richards, and today we're going to be talking about Finch, an Apple TV Plus original with Tom Hanks going on a journey through while escaping a storm with a robot, his dog, and another robot in this post-apocalyptic world where the sun has been the ozone layer the ozone layer has been destroyed in places, and as he calls it, like Swiss cheese. So I was looking forward to going into it. I'm a big Tom Hanks fan, so I was hoping he'd give us a good movie, and this seemed like something different, a post-apocalyptic Tom Hanks movie, and also it seemed like it could have a bunch of heart in it. So this is gonna be non-spoiler, so this is Max Reviews. Okay. Now, since we've talked about everything, please like, subscribe, and comment down below what you thought of it. And let's get started with the good. So, the first thing about this movie that really comes to mind is that this movie, it does have the heart. You feel the emotion from Tom Hanks. He gives a good performance, I'd say, for Tom Hanks. And you could feel that he has been living through this, and he's been doing this for a long time, and he's getting old. And with that, you feel some of the emotion a bit more. The other characters, I don't know if this is really a spoiler, but you only see Tom Hanks in this movie. He's the only human that you see in the movie. You see outlines of people, but you don't see anybody else. He's the only human that you really see in the movie. So that's a very interesting idea, I think. So you really feel it for Tom Hanks' character, Finch, and for the robot called Jeff, he calls himself Jeff, and him learning how to walk and how to survive and things, and trying to learn from Finch. And then the other robot, the little RC car kind of robot, that you sort of feel for him. He's sort of like, out of the four characters that are in the entire movie, he's sort of like the one that you don't care about as much. And then, of course, there's the dog, which Tom Hanks wants Jeff to take care of, and is like the reason that Tom Hanks doesn't just give up and everything. So I liked the characters. I liked Tom Hanks' character. I like this post-apocalyptic world. We've had a lot of post-apocalyptic world kind of movies, but this is a different one, with the ozone layer being destroyed. And that's a pretty interesting concept, but also they don't really dive into that a whole bunch. They don't really show what other people did and what happened to everybody. They do show that, but they don't show people in the present day where Finch is. What are they doing? So it's an interesting concept, and I think it was executed okay with the storms and everything, and it being super hot, and then at the end where well, that's a spoiler, but it's not. And so that was nice. Other things that I could say about this movie is that it's emotional, as I perceived, but it's not super gut-wrenching for me. It might be for some people, but it was not that for me. Okay, so that's about it. And going there with the stuff, with the only four characters and stuff, I'm going to have to get into the bad. So, unfortunately for this movie, even though I was really looking into it and forward to it and watching everything and interested in it, I feel like it was a letdown. It might be the hype, or it might just be that I have a lot more trust in Tom Hanks for these kind of movies. It was still good, don't get me wrong, but I feel like there was problems with, there's only these four characters, and that works in some movies, but these four characters, you feel Tom Hanks is dying slowly. He wants the robot to take care of the dog, which this just doesn't make a ton of sense. I could feel the emotion that he has for the dog, but it's a dog, and I can understand it, but he wants it to live on. And how he ends the character, I like how they ended it, but it just doesn't work as well for me as I was hoping it would. I felt like we weren't doing a whole bunch during the movie. Sure, he was going around doing stuff, but at the end, do I really feel a ton of payoff? With Jeff going to do stuff, find more people. Just I don't feel like it had a satisfying ending. It was nice, but Finch, where they ended the character, I don't think that worked very well. It isn't nearly Tom Hanks' best movie. He did another one earlier this year. I haven't seen it yet, but News to the World, that seems interesting. But I was more looking forward to this. This seemed like my kind of movie that I would like and gravitate towards. But I was disappointed by it. So really, for Apple TV Plus, I've lost most interest in it. But other than that, the world doesn't feel really lived in. Like, another movie that came out this year that I really absolutely loved was Quiet Place Part 2. And you felt people were living in that world, what they were doing in that world, and how it was working. And also another post-apocalyptic movie from last year, well, yeah, was Love and Monsters. And you felt that people were living in that world and everything. This one, you don't really feel that as much. It's just Finch, dog, Jeff, other robot. The other death in the movie, if you've seen it, then you know what I'm talking about. Of that just felt sort of like, really, we're doing this? We're going down this path, really? And you don't really feel much. I thought it was okay. It's just passing that, okay, it's good mark. So that will lead me to my final scores. Before I get there, please subscribe, a like. Please ring the bell. I'm trying to put out content. I'll just do content, do videos. Gonna keep doing that sort of stuff. And I'm gonna be doing a lot of movie reviews for movies this year and also rankings. So subscribe, please. Comment down below what you thought of Finch. I didn't like it as much. It was a letdown for me. But what did you think about it? Was it good for you? Was it bad? Okay, so finally getting to our final scores. I'm changing my scores up a bit this time. I'm going overall and entertainment. And entertainment is going to be letter scores, and overall is going to be number scores, 1 to 10. So for a letter score, for entertainment, I'm going to give this a C-. It had an entertaining idea with the world. Finch, he could pull out some okay emotions, I'd say pretty good ones. Not huge, but good enough. And there's some nice, subtle, really okay jokes in it. Okay, and overall, I'm going to give this movie a 7. It's not a 7.5 being above that. Okay, good, just making it. It's not a 6.5, like, bad, sort of going that way. It's a 7. It's just a 7 movie. It's fine. I don't hate it, but I was let down by it. It's a bit of a disappointment, even though I did like it. So, that's my review for Finch. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and that's it. Brighten out.